Match number 2 here on pitch number 1 as we bring you the University of Miami, Florida, taking on Kansas, two teams that, once again, we did not see yesterday, but one big game that we know that Kansas had yesterday was when they took on North Carolina, and North Carolina came out on top.
Yes, absolutely. North Carolina's been having a great showing. They did fantastic yesterday. And I'm excited to see Kansas on this pitch.
Started the day with a nice come-from-behind win for the number 1 overall seed Lone Star, winning 120-100 after trailing 70-0 to start the match. As Miami comes up short on their first offensive possession. This Kansas team came into the World Cup with a record of 14-2. The University of Miami a record of 14-6. These are two top 25 teams. Miami the number 25 overall seed, Kansas number 13 seed.
Wow, and beautiful shot to get on the.
Yeah, Rock Chalk Jayhawk. Kansas gets on the board first. So 1-0 our score, 10 points for Kansas. Not quite the attendance for this one that we had for the first game.
No, there was definitely a lot of hype over that first game. Both teams were a little nervous going into it and a little worried that they were going to be able to play up to their best, being 9 a.m.
It was a little slow start for Lone Star as Kansas tries to make it 20-0, but bludger play denies that.
That was a great rush, but it was an equally great beat stopping that point. Great tackle, and it's going to be Kansas's ball.
So the quaffle controlled by Kansas. Still 10-0 our score.
Yeah, bludger's controlled by Kansas right now, too. Let's see if they can make something happen with this offense.
This Miami team was eliminated in the round of 32 last year. Looking at some of the tournaments they participated in prior to the World Cup, you're looking at the Canes Classic, the 3rd annual Wolfpack Classic Quidditch Tournament, the University of Miami Winter Warm-Up, the Scottish Highland Games as well, and of course the South Regional Championship. For Kansas, you have the 3rd annual Kansas Cup, no surprise, the Cowboy Cup, and the Midwest Regional Championship, and once again going back to semi-pro with the Flint, Michigan Mega Bowl.
That should be fantastic. I absolutely love that that's actually a thing now.
It had to come, right?
Yeah, it did. I love that movie. But we're going to see here. I love Kansas's approach to playing beaters. They just leave one bludger behind and get really aggressive with the controlling beater on the other team. And it helps take all bludgers, helps take the bludger out of play for the other team, letting your chasers get a lot more aggressive and seeing if they can push right through some physical defense rather than just getting knocked off the broom.
Still 10-0 our score. Miami has the quaffle. They will work it up the field deep from behind their own goal. Now they're going to try and clear some space up front with some bludger play.
And they got two crossing behind.
They got a chance. Here's Miami's opportunity, and that one pounded around the rim, but went in. We're tied at 10. Now it's Kansas going quickly the other way, going right up the middle, number 26. Couple of nice fakes, and Kansas right back in front. Number 26, Matt Dwyer.
That was a great job. He assessed that fast break right away. He knew the beater was having to run back for the bludger and that he was completely open, just having to run past a couple chasers that time.
Dwyer goes right down the middle, makes it 20-10. How does Miami respond as they're once again going to go slowly up the pitch?
Oh, there we go.
In front, Dwyer denies that shot attempt for Miami. Miami's going to drop back their bludger to try and avoid another goal for Kansas.
A great drive to scoop it. Going for the same play with beaters, trying to just occupy the one that they already have.
Unsuccessful tackle and then an errant pass This one going out towards the hard boundary, and Miami gets to it right in the corner. There is one bludger that is loose back by the Kansas goal.
And now they're setting up that defense with their bludger control.
Good smart play there from Kansas.
And it's hard to lose. It's hard to lose bludger control if both of the bludgers just stay back by your goals. I think a really good counter to that would be Kansas. Okay, I think a great.
The lob behind the goal threw you out there for a moment.
It's a great offense. It's a really classic play, just having two cross behind. But I think the beaters for Miami really need to get back by Kansas's goal, even if they're leaving their goal unattended for one play. Maybe they really need that control back right now.
We're going to see Blue Mountain Quidditch versus Austin Quidditch in our next matchup that is scheduled for a 10:40 start.
Let's go Blackfish! Let's go Blackfish! Let's go Blackfish!
Opportunity here for Kansas, trying to go right down the middle, and no, that shot would not go.
I think 55 really should have searched for his options there. He did a great job with some footwork dodging that first chaser, and as soon as you dodge one, you kind of just want to go straight for the goals.
The wind picking up a little bit here at Manchester Meadows Complex as we are now tied at 20.
And that was a great job, having a really solid, just straight up offense. Instead of worrying about multiple passing through or anything like that, they just kind of went with a lateral.
Was that Tyler Odom's big number 35 who put that one home?
Oh, was it?
It's tough to tell. Kansas with the response. Shot no good. They got a pretty good look.
Kansas City did a great job going right on through. Oh, and a good hit.
Odom's tackle saves the goal.
That was an excellent clean tackle.
Now Miami looking for their first lead, and the pass a little bit too high for Odoms, and then he's hit by the bludger.
Hard to pass high to a big guy like that, but happens sometimes. And I love seeing Odom's athleticism because he's a big guy. He hits hard when he needs to defend his goals, and then he can get straight down to the other side of the field as quick as he needs to.
I think Odoms is a guy that you'd like to see go after the seeker, just kind of bull rush the seeker and say, really, see if you can stop me.
Yeah, I would love to see that too. He would be a fantastic, more of a grappling approach to seeking, and it would be awesome to see.
Kansas trying to go back in front. They cannot. But they get another chance. That one's good. Putting that one home for Kansas was number 11, Austin Pitts.
This is great to see. I'm actually really excited to see the diversity in Miami's lineup today, as I'm not terribly familiar.
Blue Mountain is one.
Great retrieval, a little bit of substitution here.
So a 30-20 lead for Kansas.
Absolutely. A little sloppy on the catch, but he resets it right away, which is all right. Having two forward chasers is an interesting strategy. Miami beater doing a fantastic job of just making sure she can weave in and out of those goals as quickly as possible.
Yeah, like a Ray Romano good one. Still a movie star. No.
The Missouri team cheering on Miami as Kansas tries to respond with a goal. And putting that one home was number 11.
Yeah, there's definitely a rivalry between the Rock Chalk Jayhawks and the Mizzou Tigers. And the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
wind continues to pick up here in the early morning. A lot of encouragement for NYU going on behind us.
Interesting plays over there by Beaters with a clean goal right there.
40-30 our score.
Kansas needs to be especially careful with their beaters because they have more aggressive beaters that are really good at taking a couple of chasers out of play and then being exactly where they need to for a good, quick goal. But as we saw there, Miami's beaters actually took the Kansas beaters out of play in Kansas's backfield, and that allowed Miami to just power through because they do have a little bit of a size advantage.
Take that one. That's the one we got. Austin Quidditch.
Great catch. Some good passing.
Woo! We're tied at 40.
That was a clean goal to tie it up. That was some great mechanics.
This matchup, different story from our first one where Lone Star trailed 70-0 to the Gambits. This one's going to be pretty even by the time the seeker floor opens up. As Kansas goes back in front, putting that one home was number 14. That is Max Wallerstead.
Wow, and Miami has a fantastic advantage right now.
And a big hit laid down by big number 48, Justin Mitchell for Kansas. And somehow Kansas, despite no blender control, is able to stop the goal opportunity for Miami.
I think he heard me make my comment about having a bulk advantage. Wasn't super happy about it.
The love for NYU continues behind us on pitch number 2.
Interesting to see the play called. Looks like it's in favor of Miami.
Miami going to have possession of the quaffle and still a 10-point lead. Now a long pass from behind the goal. Great catch. Great execution by Miami.
Wow, that was excellent. I've never seen such a long pass be so dead on.
Looks as though that might have been Antonio Matos for Miami scoring that last one.
This is going to take some fancy footwork from Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Whoops. Anyways, from Kansas. And
now the quaffle is ripped away in midfield and going to have a penalty coming up as brooms are down. Lost Boys behind us cheering on. Team from the other game. It's Blue Mountain Quidditch versus Austin Quidditch coming up next here on pitch number 1. Two teams that did not play here on pitch 1 yesterday.
Absolutely not. And I actually am very interested in seeing both of those teams and seeing what they've done with themselves this year. Because from what I understand, there's been a little bit of a change up for how they play.
Battle for the quaffle. Good toss behind, and Kansas can maintain possession. I have a few scores from the 9 a.m. games that have gone final. We mentioned that Lone Star was a 120-100 victory over the Los Angeles Gambits. QC Boston, the Massacre, dominate NAU Narwhals 160-90. Penn State, a 180-10 win over Boston University. And the Lost Boys, a 120-90 win over the University of Missouri. Oklahoma State, a 150-50 win over Oklahoma Baptist. Michigan State, a 100-70 win over TC Frost. The Tribe Quidditch, a 150-40 win over Falcon Warriors Quidditch. Michigan Quidditch, a 100-70 win over Tennessee Tech. Osos de Muerte, a 130-70 win over the University of Florida. And Loyola University New Orleans, a 130-100 win over RCQC.
We had a big hit over on Kansas' side of the goals. Miami player down for a little bit, but we're just going to get a sub over here. She's right back up.
Good to see that the Miami player is okay. And a substitution has been made with this game tied at 50. It's Kansas in possession of the quaffle approaching midfield. And Kansas has bludger control right now. The tackle. Can they knock the quaffle loose? Now Kansas is going to keep it.
Yeah, they're doing a great job at...
Oh, what a pass and tipping it home.
Wow.
Kansas back in front. Finishing that one for Kansas was number 14. Not the first time we mentioned that name with Max Wallenstead.
That was an excellent slot in.
A chance for Miami to respond. The shot was deflected in front.
That was a great retrieval of the quaffle.
Kansas going to try and make it a 2-goal lead. Right down the middle, shot attempt was a little bit short. The rebound was blocked.
Blocked by his own player.
Now Miami trying to fly the other way.
There was a big collision right there.
2 players down behind the goal, one for each team.
I believe what happened is they had the same route for the same thing and just kind of ended up at the same place. I think they'll be all right. I think the air just got knocked out of them. The biggest hits are always the ones you don't expect. You don't really tank up for it.
Good to see both players rising to their feet.
Absolutely. I think we're going to get a couple subs in here for that.
Let's see Austin Quidditch starting to get loose. Blue Mountain Quidditch sitting down but ready to go.
Yo, give him that Uptown Funk.
Our score once again 60-50 in favor of Kansas. Play will be back underway in a moment. Both teams reset.
There's some things that would be great for you to say between clips.
We love Gillen. We love Gillen. We love Gillen.
Miami
getting behind Kansas City goals. A great pass in. Oh, it's in.
Tied at 60.
What an excellent play.
So Miami, after the injury timeout, notched this game up at 6 goals apiece.
Every day we eat. Every day we eat.
So this is like donation stuff. These icons don't say these things until we give you the number updates. Then on the back, there's a reminder about voting for a sportsmanship award and a reminder about features. Forget this one because this is, you guys aren't.
What a great block, and it's in. What a great pick on the rebound. 26 losing possession at first, 74 picking it right back up, and it's in the left goal.
Yeah, Kansas continues to find a way to answer every time Miami ties this one up. It's our score now 70-60 in favor of Kansas.
Oh, absolutely. They don't want to give them that lead, but a 1-point lead isn't going to do a whole lot in this game. It's really going to come up to a snitch, I think, for these two teams.
A couple of bludgers loose as Miami has the quaffle.
Kansas with bludger control.
Now it's Kansas who's going to get the quaffle back. Didn't quite see the call on that.
Yeah, Dylan. You say no thank you to him.
Oh, it's actually Miami with bludger control. My apologies.
Miami with bludger control, but Kansas with the quaffle. Pass behind the goal and just went by number 32. That was Savannah Slavin.
You're doing it. You're repping.
Miami trying to push it the other way to tie this one up again, but a stoppage in play. Want to remind everyone about the mission of U.S. Quidditch. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, U.S. Quidditch is dedicated to governing the sport of Quidditch and inspiring young people to lead physically active and socially engaged lives. World Cup and this free webcast are just some of the things that USQ provides, along with a regional championship series, membership, and outreach programs to schools and youth groups. If you'd like to make a tax-deductible donation to U.S. Quidditch, please visit usquidditch.org and click on Donate or follow the link in the comments. All donors who give $25 or more will receive a World Cup 8 commemorative coin. Miami on the attack as they move past midfield. And the pass would have gone over top the goal. Was deflected. Good stop there by Kansas.
Yeah, that was to 70, I believe, but they just hesitated a little too much, lost their momentum, and Kansas had the time to set up.
Snitch is on the pitch. Now the keeper for Miami going to work.
Going absolutely crazy.
And now it's the seeker for Kansas, number 13, Adam Heald. The seeker for Miami is number 1, Daniel Cantrell. $80-60 yard score.
And that was a big hit.
Miami was trying to make this back to a 1-goal game, but then we had a collision right in front of the Kansas goal. I want to say thanks again for everyone watching our webcast and supporting U.S. Quidditch today. Please consider making a donation online today. Even a few dollars helps us put on events like World Cup. Visit usquidditch.org and click on Donate or follow the link in the comments. Remember that all donations are tax deductible, and every donor who gives $25 or more will receive a special World Cup 8 commemorative coin. Also, don't forget that at the closing ceremony tonight, we'll be recognizing 3 teams with sportsmanship, best chant, and best uniform awards. It's up to you to vote for the winners. Pick up ballots to vote at the info booth. Once again, vote for your choice of sportsmanship, best chant, and best uniform at the info booth. Say best chant so far what we've heard this weekend. I'd say Tufflepuffs might be a contender.
I was a big fan of the Tufflepuffs for sure. Just their energy in general I liked a lot from the sidelines. Ooh. Trying to think. Who had the little cheer squad though over here? I wasn't announcing for that game, but I can't remember what team it was.
Missed opportunity for Miami. Still a 2-goal lead for Kansas. Both seekers on the attack. Cantrell reaching for it. Now
Some great blocks and retrieval.
Cantrell's going to be able to go one-on-one with the seeker having to go back to the goal. Nearly a snitch grab. Now bludger play. It's going to be Kansas one-on-one with a snitch. Adam Heald in there working for Kansas. Cantrell back for Miami. Now it's Heald one-on-one. Kansas has a 3-goal lead, 90 to 60 our score. Right now, if you're Miami, you're just looking to force overtime or try and get back to a 2-goal game like they did right there.
Absolutely.
90 to 70.
That was exactly what they needed for the Miami Seeker to come in and try to do his thing.
Bludger play coming in there. Number 69 for Miami, Dennis Campbell.
Showing his
the new
displeasure
seeker. Yeah.
for getting beat. You know, not to make any shots at the snitch or anything like that, but
Oh, nearly a snitch grab. Yes, it is. The new seeker coming right onto the pitch for Kansas, number 55, Grant Daigle. Looks as though he may have just ended this one. Wait for the official ruling. Did have the snitch catch for Kansas. Did they take it? Should be an easy call.
it looks like it. But every single call absolutely matters, especially a game-ending one. But 55 over there looks just ecstatic with himself for that one.
And
oh, yeah.
That's it. Kansas takes it 120 to 70, the final over the University of Miami, Florida. Congrats to Kansas putting themselves in position for bracket play.
And my favorite way to see a snitch getting caught, it's you just have somebody that's going for the snitch on the other team, the seeker, because obviously you both want it as much as possible, but he gets so wrapped up with that other seeker, you can just come up right behind him, and you don't necessarily have to work as hard. And it is one sneaky snitch snatch.
Can't remember one time in this match that Kansas trailed. Miami tied it up several times, but every time Kansas had the answer. And once again, our next matchup coming up here on pitch number 1 will be Blue Mountain Quidditch Club. The first time we will see them on pitch number 1, and they will take on Austin Quidditch.
And that will be a great game to see.
And before we send you to break, want to remind you that at closing ceremony tonight, we'll be recognizing 3 teams with Sportsmanship, Best Chant, and Best Uniform awards. I think a snitch might be a winner for the Best Uniform award.
Absolutely.
It's up to you to vote for the winners. Pick up ballots to vote at the info booth. Once again, vote for your choice for Sportsmanship, Best Chant, and Best Uniform at the info booth. Blue Mountain Quidditch Club taking on Austin Quidditch. It's coming up next here on the USQ live stream.
Nice, thanks, Brad. You want to do interview now?
Thanks.
Can I get the next one? Just
Okay. Yeah. Let's see if we've got them.